lightweight world champion, Martin Nguyen.
Hi everyone, this is FANatic here with a video about Martin Nguyen. How did he become the first fighter in one championship to have 2 title belts? Camera, lights, action. Join me on his amazing journey. Come on, let's go! Martin Nguyen, also known as The Situation, is a Vietnamese MMA fighter who grew up in Australia. Born in 1989, he's 173 centimeters tall, weighing approximately 65 kilograms. His current record is 14 wins, 3 losses. His first 3 fights was in Australia, and he managed to beat Richard Campay, Thomas Ruderman, and Luke Standing. Nguyen then signs with one championship, and his debut fight is against Rocky Battle from the Philippines. Battle comes into this fight with an undefeated record of 5 wins, 0 losses. Nguyen starts round 1 with a signature right and a running flying knee. Nguyen shoots in, and he's able to grab a hold of one leg and eventually manages to get top control. Nguyen sneaks in a punch and tries to get a chokehold, but Battle shows off his ground game and is able to rotate and unload a couple of elbows. Nguyen stands up and forces his way to the fence. Nguyen shoots in again, this time with a big throwdown. He continues to show his dominance on the ground. Battle shows his back, but Nguyen can't seem to inflict any damage. He decides to kick his opponent and bring this fight back up. Battle shocks Nguyen with a big left hook and comes forward with a flurry of punches. Nguyen looks to get back control, and he's able to put his opponent on his back. Nguyen softens him up and steps over to his back. He grabs the body and rotates over. Manages to get his arm in for the choke. The choke is tight and he can't get out. The ref stops the fight and Nguyen wins his 4th fight. Rear naked choke in the 2nd round. His next fight is in Indonesia against the lightweight champion Murat Gafurov. He's also known as the Cobra. Comes into this fight with an undefeated record of 11 wins, 0 losses. Jadamba, the Mongolian fighter, had visa issues, and Nguyen was called to this fight as a late replacement. Gafurov shows why he's the undefeated champion and nicknamed the Cobra. Chokes out Nguyen in 41 seconds. Nguyen's next fight is in Singapore against Edward Kelly, who had a record of 6 wins, 2 losses. Nguyen comes out aggressive and holds Kelly against the fence. Kelly responds by forcing Nguyen to the ground and tries to slam him to the ground. Nguyen scrambles and is able to get back up. Nguyen shoots in like a running bull and gets top control. On top, he's able to land some big blows and cuts Kelly's forehead with a nasty elbow. Nguyen continues to ground and pound his opponent to the point where Kelly is just bleeding too much. ref stops the fight due to doctor stoppage. Another win for Nguyen. Nguyen's seventh fight is in the Philippines against Lee Kai-wen. Lee has a record of 5 wins, 2 losses, but is coming into this fight with a 4-win streak. Lee starts quick, lifts and tries to slam Nguyen. He then forces Nguyen to the fence with a spinning back elbow. He proceeds his attack with a barrage of punches and attempts a takedown, but is not successful in doing so. Nguyen collects himself, kicks Lee, and sets up for a strong right uppercut. Lee takes a punch and unleashes a surprising left hook and shocks him to the ground. Nguyen shows how tough his chin is and is able to somehow get top control. From here, Nguyen unloads some kicks to the body. Continues to cause a lot of damage with his ground and pound game. Eventually, Lee shows his back and Nguyen jumps on top and tries to choke him. The chokehold wasn't in all the way tight. He moves up his back and just throws a rapid fire of punches to the side of Lee's head. Lee, unable to get out of the situation, the ref stops the fight due to ground and pound in 4 minutes and 44 seconds of round 1. Nguyen's 8th fight is in Macau on August 2016. A young fighter named Christian Lee was getting major recognition because he has been such a successful fighter at the young age of 19. He had an impressive 5 wins, 0 losses, undefeated record coming into this fight. Early in round 1, Nguyen had Lee up against the fence and tried to lift him and flip him over, but Lee appeared to land not too bad. Martin shifts away from the punch and throws a big left to Lee's chin, rocks him, and finishes it with a knee. Lee sees the opportunity and goes on the attack. Out from nowhere, Nguyen counters with a swinging left punch and knocks Lee down. Nguyen stands up and goes into a guillotine attempt, but decides to throw him down, chopping down onto his face. Lee reaches for the leg to do a submission. Nguyen goes into a guillotine attempt number 2, and this time it's in tight. Can Lee get out? Can he squeeze out or grab onto anything that will help him? Nguyen drags him down and surprisingly finds Lee out cold. Nguyen wins guillotine choke round 1 at 4:30. Fight number 9 happens in Jakarta against Kazunori Yokota. Yokota is a seasoned fighter with a record of 25 wins, 6 losses, and 3 draws. He comes into this fight with a recent loss to Gafarov's rear naked choke. Yokota with a front kick. But Nguyen sets up for his signature right overhand punch. Pow! The ref steps in to stop the fight. Another win for Nguyen. Punches round 1 at 3:36. And here we go. Fight number 10 is a familiar face. It's the featherweight champion Murat Gafarov. Comes into this fight with a record of 15 wins, 0 losses. Gafarov says he'll choke him out again. Nguyen says, I won't let that happen. Let's see what happens. Gafrov comes out firing. Already knocks down Nguyen with a big right. Nguyen, wow, tough chin, grabs a hold, and he's able just to head to the fence to calm things down. Gafrov muscles down Nguyen onto his back. But Nguyen turns to get up, and Gafrov jumps onto his back with the crowbar hold. Oh no! Is he gonna be choked again? Nguyen gets up. How did he get out of the crowbar hold? Nguyen sends out some knees. Then turns to throw Gafrov to the ground. They scramble and get back up on their feet. Nguyen flashes his signature right overhead punch, and Gafrov tries to counter, but Nguyen is too quick to evade. Gafrov counters and grabs Nguyen and brings him onto the ground to get top control. Gafrov moves to side control and delivers some knees. Nguyen struggles to pop out, but he is able to slowly get back to full guard. Wow, what amazing ground defense shown by Nguyen. From full guard, he is able to put his feet on his hips and push. Gafrov is still able to cause damage and get to side control again. Gafrov overcommits and Nguyen is just able to squeeze out and get up back on his feet. Round 2 starts, and Gafrov is eager to bring this fight back to the ground. Send some knees to the head. Throws Nguyen down and attempts at the cobra hold, but miraculously Nguyen is able to get out of that situation.
The chin a little high here on Gafrov. Now he puts the hands up. Can Nguyen capitalize? Maybe the jab to the overhand right. It's a bread and butter combination for the Aussie. And there it is! Ah, the big garbage! And good night, Irene! Matt Nguyen shocks the world! Matt Nguyen shocks the world! Matt Nguyen shocks the world! He's the one champion! My word!
Gafrov, upset with the referee's judgment to stop the fight. Screw you guys, I'm going home, he says. Fight 11 happens on November 17th in the Philippines. Nguyen and his new featherweight belt faces Edward Falaying and the lightweight champion. He has a record of 18 wins, 5 losses. This will be the battle of champions. Nguyen flashes the back kick. Falaying shows off his back kick. Falaying spinning back fist. Sets up with a kick. Falaying tries to sweep, but Nguyen smartly lets go of the hold and manages to get top control. big kick and Nguyen is not able to connect. Here it is. Nguyen times his signature overhead right perfectly just when Falayan is doing his spinning back kick. Wow, what timing and power. Nguyen beats Falayan to become the first fighter in one championship to get 2 titles. Wow, what an amazing journey. This video is getting long, so I'm going to split in 2 parts. Please subscribe for more MMA action and don't forget to click the bell icon to turn on all notifications every time I post a video. Hit the like button if you want to see part 2.